you see the chemistry developing from early, this summer when y'all guys were just not getting together to having 3 real games under your belt?
I think game by game we're getting a little bit closer. Today was a test. That was a tough Alabama State team. Great coach. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, they kind of out-toughed us tonight. This was a good tune-up game for us going into the Bahamas. We got some work to do on the defensive glass, for sure. But I think, to answer your question, we're coming closer and closer as a team, each and every game. And, we knew it was going to take some time for our chemistry to come together. But, to answer your question, each game closer and closer.
This one's for either one of you guys. Can you guys define spurtability? Or have you ever heard that term?
I haven't
spurtability?
I haven't heard that term.
Well, so Coach Stansbury has mentioned it a few times in press conferences, and he says it's just the ability to kind of go on runs. You guys went on, I think, 4 different runs of 6-0 or better in the first half, and you guys are showing sort of that quick strike ability.
Yeah.
So just talk about how that plays a role in the overall identity of this team.
You got it.
You brought it, bro.
You got it, bro.
We got a bunch of talented guys. Anybody at any given time can, hit 2 quick threes. I think David did it tonight. I think I did it myself tonight. That's just what happens when you have a bunch of talent on the team, I feel like.
Y'all both coming from 2 different teams last year, coming here. What's the adjustment like? And especially for you coming from Alabama and, NCAA tournament, deep NCAA tournament team, what's the scenery change for you guys? And how have you guys adjusted so quickly to, the way you're playing now?
For me, I just think it's basketball anywhere you go. You got the same core, 94 feet, same 3-point line, same free throws. Different system everywhere you go. Penny got a different system. I got new teammates that I still got to learn a little bit more. And that's about it. But for me, it's just basketball.
It's been quite the transition. I came from a program that, didn't shoot too many mid-range and things of that nature. Played really, really fast. And with Coach Penny, he kind of gives you the ability to slow the game down, play at your pace. Obviously, he wants you getting the ball up the floor fast. He wants your pace. He wants a good pace. But I'm able to kind of dictate the game a little bit better, I feel like, in the system. But, to piggyback off of what David said, it's just basketball at the end of the day.
A question for David. They said you was a game time decision and you went out and had a double-double. Kind of explain, what was your, motivation besides playing hurt?
Win the game. That was about it. Just trying to help my teammates win the game. And I told Penny before I came, committed to Memphis that I want to go to a winning program, and I see what Memphis had done in the past 2-3 years. And then I told him, I was like, I'm a scoring, but I'm gonna just help the team whatever way I need to do it. And I was just trying to give energy to my team. And at that time, I had to score the balls, and that's what I did.
Jahvon, with as much options as you have offensively, how important is it to kind of just feed the hot hand like you did tonight with David?
It's important. That's my job. I done played with some real talented guys in my college career. I've kind of gotten a good sense of when, they're on. And that's when I really look to get them the ball and open spots and try and get guys open threes. I think that's one of the best things I do is, live in the paint and spray it out to an open three-point shooter. David was on tonight. Last game, Quan was on. Anybody could really be on. I seen Caleb make a bunch of shots in practice, so JB was getting to it as well in the post tonight. I think that's just my job as being a point guard, just recognizing that.
David, you scored 13 points in the final 5 minutes of the first half, and this isn't the first time that you've kind of gone on a big run while your team was kind of struggling. Do you get a certain sense of urgency in those moments when you know that your team needs a certain, scoring boost and you're able to provide that?
Yeah, I just felt at that moment that we needed somebody to bring the energy to the game, and with them couple buckets that I got at the end of the game, I think we came out in the second half with more energy, and and we just came out trying to win the game and more hungry. That's how I feel like. But like JQ says, it's nothing new on this side.
To kind of go off of that for either one of y'all, it seemed like, when you got hot late in the second or late in the first half, things kind of came together. The ball was moving around. It kind of looked more cohesive, right, offensively. Second half, y'all have 3 assists, for the entire 20 minutes. What kind of changed there? What made things go stagnant after halftime?
They kind of started pressing us, and we was throwing the ball ahead and just kind of getting to the basket whenever we wanted. So, it's kind of hard to get assists when they push in the pace like that, I would say, because I feel like that's what they did in the second half. As we went up more and more, they were just pushing the pace, trying to get us sped up. Yeah, that's what I was saying on that. I think they just tried to speed us up, and we were just, trying to score the ball and just getting to the basket kind of whenever we wanted. Yeah, I didn't know we only had 3 assists in the second half, though. That's tough.
This is for either of y'all. How do you think the dynamics of the team will change when Penny returns to the sidelines?
You want to answer that one? That's a tough question. I'm not going to lie to you. He's still in practice every day. We hear his voice all the time. I talk to him all the time. We go back and forth. I think I feel like it'll bring a little bit more energy from the team to have our head coach back with us in the Bahamas. I'm thinking it'll bring us a little bit more closer together, to be honest with you. That's just how I feel, though.
Then I got one for each of y'all. Jahvon, how much did you like the fact that they let you play, especially in that first half, and what was there to benefit from that? And David, there was one of those threes you had, I think it was about like 7 minutes left or something like that, and they were still kind of hanging around at that point. Did you feel like that kind of took it out of them at that point?
I think so. You're just talking about the 3 that I made on the top of the key. I think they called a timeout when I made that 3, right? Yeah, they did call a timeout. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question for me?
It seemed like they were playing kind of physical in the first half.
Yeah.
A game like this, is there something to benefit from that?
Definitely. I mean, we're about to go on the road and play a really tough Michigan team who's very physical. They got size. I think this was a perfect tune-up game for us. The fact that we got we got
rebound rebounds.
They got 25 offensive rebounds tonight. That's going to be an emphasis for the next couple of days for us. So I think that was a great tune-up game for us, and the fact that the refs was letting us play,
As y'all head to the Bahamas, this is a chance to start building your resume and gaining respect. How important is it to go in there and play the right way and gain the respect that you need, for further seeding later in the year?
It's extremely important. Being in the American Conference, we need every quad one win that we could get. That's why going to Mizzou and beating them and getting our first quad one, that was big time. And we're looking to do the same thing in the Bahamas. I think guys have the right mindset going in, but it's definitely it's huge for us. It's huge.
For either one of y'all, Stansbury kind of said that between the high of the Mizzou win, big win on the road, and the Bahamas coming up with a lot of loaded teams there, he felt like this was a trap game, and that's kind of what he attributed to maybe at times like a little bit of a lackluster performance. Do y'all agree with that? And to kind of go off that, what can y'all do to get that consistency, have that team that we saw last week be on the court every time for 40 minutes?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing in college basketball, man. Like getting up for the big ones, and then you play a mid-major or low-major score, and you're kind of not up for that game. This was definitely a trap game. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really happy with the way we played tonight. Being not letting the team come in here and get that many offensive rebounds on us. That's just honestly, it's unacceptable. But I'm glad that it happened now, rather than in the Bahamas, and now we can really emphasize. You know, we got stuff to work on for sure. But yeah, I think, you know, this was definitely a trap game, but this was a good one. This was a good game for us to build, to learn, and to see some of our weaknesses and, you know, get back in the gym.